Okay, so Blackwater lost the first grand finale against Rainin, and now it's the grand finale of the losers bracket. You will see Blackwater, who just lost against Rainin, and PEW, who just won against McLeod in very close fights. Sorry for that, the camera bugged around a little bit, and you can see both teams are trying to catch the central resource, or I should say the resource on the central line of the arena, because it's not really in the center but more on the central line, on the middle axis of the arena. And PEW is able to catch this very important resource, but in the meantime Blackwater is able to score one resource. And now the question is, what is more important? I think Blackwater's strategy might be superior here, because it's really important to push back the enemy sniper, and that was an excellent play that Blackwater was able to push back PEW's sniper there. And now basically it's 3 versus 4 here in the center. And if Blackwater is able to score those 2 resources, he actually wins the match. That would be really quick and a very clean victory. And it's very difficult to implement this strategy that Blackwater did here, because most of the times you want to go for the resource on the central line. But Blackwater used a different strategy here. Well done. Let's see if PEW can make a comeback in domination here. So it's a map with 5 bases and 1 really important central force field. And Blackwater is actually the first one to capture this force field in the center. But it seems like PEW has walked more bots towards the central base and will be able to capture the central base. So 2 bots died on each team, on each side. And oh no, this shotgun by Blackwater should have captured the force field. Now it's just, it's almost dead and lost a lot of health and time. And PEW is neutralizing and capturing this base here on Blackwater's side. And if that works, that's really a big advantage for PEW. So the difference in strategy here is that Blackwater uses 4 of his bots to camp on one base, and only shotguns try to steal bases from the enemy team, while PEW is splitting up his bots. So it's always 1 sniper and 1 machine gun are defending a base together, and the 2 shotguns are attacking the enemy. You can see that was a very beautiful step back on the base. Basically you move towards the enemy until you realize that you are not on a base anymore, and then you step one tick back so that you are on the base, standing on the base again, and you will increment the scoring value. So Blackwater is constantly getting the important force field, but PEW is just focusing fire, all that he has, on this one force field, and it seems to work. So at this point I'm really surprised that Blackwater is using 4 bots to camp on one base. In a situation like this, you should try to push with all that you have. You can't just use your shotguns, they won't do the job alone. And you can see PEW is a little bit more aggressive than Blackwater and is even walking another machine gun to the central base to defend it. And that's very important, I think. Even if he fails, it was the right play, I think. Okay, we have a lot of destruction here in the center, on the central base. But in the end, it seems like PEW is doing really well. And the interesting thing is he's spreading his spots across all the important bases, while Blackwater is only camping on one base, and putting too much focus there results in weakening this bottom left base down there. Oh, we have another really interesting Doppler bullet effect there, that the sniper barely survived on 1 HP because he retreated, and the travel distance from the enemy sniper shot increased a little bit, and therefore it was a little bit more than 3 seconds to regenerate some health. No, to regenerate some shield. Well, that's a pretty clean victory from PEW on this map. So both players seem to be very strong at different maps, and it's really a matter of strategy and execution here on this level. See you in the third and final match. So, we will see a classic elimination duel between those two top tier players. And we have 2 machine guns, 1 assault bot and 1 shotgun, versus 1 machine gun, 1 sniper and 2 assaults here at the bottom. And here on the top it's 1 shotgun, 1 assault and 2 snipers, versus 2 assaults, 1 machine gun and 1 sniper. So again, Blackwater is not using any shotguns at all, and I think on this type of map that's very viable to not use shotguns. Because basically shotguns are very powerful when there are some crazy spawns or crazy starting positions, because shotguns are very fast and they can kill off lonely enemies really quick and create a huge mess on the map. But if it's a classic fight like this, I think shotguns are kinda weak, because you will be able to get some health damage onto them. And that's exactly what Blackwater is doing. Their pushing is pretty even, but PEW's shotguns are receiving a lot of health damage. Because PEW is pushing into medium range, and that's really dangerous. And now one of PEW's shotguns decided to go to the top, but that leaves the bottom team in a big disadvantage, and I think this strategy won't work here, because Blackwater is really good at punishing those inaccurate bot gambits. So creating some sort of imbalance is usually an interesting strategy and will work against many inexperienced players or normal players, but against some grandmasters it's always yeah, it's always difficult to make a bot gambit work. Because those 3 bots here at the bottom, they won't survive long enough so that PEW can push the top team of Blackwater here. Okay, those machine guns will survive a few seconds longer, but I think those few seconds won't be enough so that PEW can push those 4 bots by Blackwater. And it's really interesting to see that the shotguns are so aggressive. But still, PEW is receiving a lot of health damage compared to Blackwater. While it should be the other way around. If you have a 5 versus 4, your bot should damage the enemy and you should be winning here. But you're not. And now you're getting attacked from 2 different sides. You're getting scissored, like PEW wants to say. And that will end your life. Because now there's no safe place to retreat to, and you have a very long distance you have to retreat.